now. Welcome back, Saul.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Tell us what you know, if you know, and what you think Senator Cruz has to do tonight to rise above the fray.
Well, it's going to be pretty tough, obviously, for all these guys. They're going to get about 7 minutes, if all goes well, to basically make their first introduction to the American people. So from, I think, a Ted Cruz perspective, we want people to see that he's competent, that he's smart, that he can articulate a message, because really people are going to be taking a look for the first time ever. Our top 10 candidates all standing on stage together, all having a chance to articulate a message together, and doing kind of having a contrast, so people can say, look, this guy's better, this might be worse, etc. So as we start to choose our nominee here, this is really one of the most important first steps we're taking, and I think that's really where it's going to be at today.
Can he speak in short sound bites? He has that reputation, doesn't he, for that 25-hour filibuster?
He does, and also with him, he argued before the Supreme Court more than just about anybody else has ever done, and that's a very tight schedule where you're going in and they give you a closing argument of 30 minutes or less, and he actually has a reputation of oftentimes leaving time on the clock from his arguments, because he tries to be very concise and get his message out. So, we've got a lot of challenges here. You've got Trump, who has been sucking most of the oxygen out of the air, and people are going to decide. I think he has to decide whether he presents himself as either an entertainer or a presidential candidate. Does he kind of rise above and fits in with the others and looks serious to everybody, or does he, kind of continue his little more bombastic style and more populist approach? Jeb Bush is in a tough position. I mean, this guy is the presumed leader, so people are going to be looking at him. Is he really the leader? Is he the best candidate we have to put up against Hillary Clinton? I think that's going to be his challenge. And then the other candidates are all going to be trying to make the case of why they might be a better candidate to put up against Hillary Clinton. And that's really when the party's looking at it. Those are the kinds of questions I think people... I'm at the RNC meeting here in Cleveland today, and for the last 2 days, that's really been what people have been talking about.
The idea is you got to pick one of these 17 people who can beat the Democratic nominee, whether it is Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden or any of the others. Would you like to see Joe Biden get into the race?
I think it would be helpful. I would like to see the Democrats, kind of fighting it out a little bit. And I think Biden obviously has a record and would be somebody that we could run against, just as Hillary Clinton does. And so I think it'd be probably good for the party in general and good for the process.
Yeah, there's some report this morning that he considered resigning as vice president, obviously with his tragic family issues. But anyway, now he may decide to run, and will do so by September, as we understand it. But you mentioned Donald Trump sucking all the air out of the room. Isn't Senator Cruz sucking up to Donald Trump, certainly more than any of the other candidates?
No, I think he's just basically... if you listen to what he's actually said, he's just made the point that Trump has raised some issues that a lot of people in America care about, and that we shouldn't be criticizing him. Now, his tone and his it's not only what you say, but how you say it. And I think that obviously Ted Cruz has said things differently than Donald Trump has. Others have too. But he's just, he hasn't gone out and criticized him just because, the mainstream media has jumped on him and said, well, this is uncomfortable. This is not the way you ought to address everybody. I just think he's being fair. I think he's been honest with them, and they're friends. They have a relationship, and so I think he respects the fact that he's bringing up issues that a lot of people haven't brought up, and that it's good for the debate.
Will you be in the arena tonight?
I'm not going to the arena. I just got some good news last night that my son got engaged, and the family's all gathering. So I'm flying back out for a family gathering engagement celebration here.
Okay, but you'll be sneaking peeks at the TV, I would think.
Oh, I'll sneak peek. Yeah, I've seen a few debates in my time. I've been there, and I'll see more. But you only have one son and one shot at an engagement party. So I'd rather do that and stick family first, I guess, right now.
That's very sweet. Congratulations, best wishes to him. Actually, it's congratulations to him and best wishes to his betrothed. And then when that's all done and the debate's all done, you get to watch Jon Stewart has his last episode tonight of The Daily Show. Apparently, was that something that you watched?
No, not really. I mean, I used to watch a lot of his better reruns, or whenever they came out, because he obviously had some great moments. A heck of an entertainer, obviously.
Yeah, and but you wonder if young people got their news from a show like that. That's what the claim is. But anyway, do you like Torch Lake?
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Michael Moore's home is for sale. I wonder if that might be a nice little vacation pickup for you there, since you two have so much in common.
And I bet you it's very affordable too. And it's it's something in a Obama economy that a lot of people can afford to buy.
It's $5.2 million.
There you go.
It has a guest cottage that's 7,500 square feet. That's a big old cottage. And
I think I'm gonna have to wait for you to pick that baby up and invite me up there one day.
Isn't that something, boy? But he's getting out of there anyway. The guy who did Roger and Me and so forth. And George W. Bush, if you can believe this, has reported for jury duty in Dallas.
Wow.
It's all glamour when you're an ex-president, right?
Yeah. Well, look, this guy's a pretty special man. This is someone who, since he's been out of office, continues to go to a hospital to visit veterans, continues to be involved with, different charities and things that he's been, that he cared about. So, rather than kind of slipping away in the sunset and enjoying his retirement, he's somebody who's continued to try to give back, and he's a passionate guy. So I think he feels this is his obligation, and he's going to do it. I mean, I think that's a great thing.
One day, perhaps he will paint the portrait of Saul Anuzis. That would be a good one. Well, have fun tonight in all sorts of ways with obviously the engagement party and the debate. That's Saul, folks, as his blog says, and Saul good, man.